Okay, so for this question, we are given the graph and then we're asked to write the equation from that. And that is a little tricky. So I'll start off here with just a y equals on that side. And remember, our numerator is our x-intercepts. So looking at this graph, I'm going to have a 0 at x equals 2. So that means in my numerator, I must have a factor of x minus 2. And then actually, I probably don't, oops, need that parenthesis because that's my only x-intercept. Okay, so there's the numerator. For the denominator, that's going to be our vertical asymptotes. So we have a vertical asymptote at -2, so that means we have a factor of x plus 2, because if we put in -2, that's what makes that 0. So factors in 0 is always opposite. And then this one, notice this side is going to negative infinity, this side is going to positive infinity. So that tells me that this is to the first, because if we have where the graphs are going, the asymptotes, well, where the graph is approaching the asymptote in opposite directions, one side's going up, one side's going down, that's an x to the first. If we have one where both sides are approaching that asymptote from the same direction, that's going to be an x squared. And so that is what we see right here, is at this, we'd have an asymptote at x minus 3, because the asymptote's at 3 and that's at 0. And how this is approaching from, it's approaching the asymptote, it's going to negative infinity from both sides. And so that's this case. So we need a squared right there. And the only thing left to do now is there's that constant. I don't remember what I called it in the video. I'm just going to call it a C out front. That would be our vertical stretch that we got to figure out. And we can use our, we just need a point that we haven't used, so it can't be one of those, the x-intercept, because it'll just make it 0. I do have a y-intercept that will work great right here. So my y-intercept is at, when x is 0, y is 1. So we'll throw in 1 equals some constant times, x is going to be 0 in this case, so 0 minus 2, oops, drew that too far. There we go. And then this would be 2, and then this would be a -3 squared, just letting all these x's equal 0. So we're at 1 equals 0 minus 2 be minus 2 times c, so -2c up top. And then downstairs we have, this would be 18, because that would be -3 times -3 for +9 times 2. Reducing that, I would have 1 equals, and I could have just reduced the 2 right there as well. This would be -c over 9. And then just to clean that up, to get that constant, I'm going to multiply both sides by -9 so that I get that as a positive c. And then that gives me c would equal -9. And so my solution on this, I'll just do it right here, is exactly what I have there, except now we know c, and so that would be like a -9 in front of that, and then that would be the solution.